Hi guys, welcome to a new tutorial video I'm doing, and this is simply showing how I record my videos and mainly how you do recording on your PC with OBS Studio. Um, so, the first thing I should say is yours probably won't look like this at the start. You will just have here a scene that says just scene, and you can rename it whatever you want by right clicking and clicking rename, and it'll allow you to put in whatever you want. The first thing though, after you've done that, you should do is click here which says settings. The first thing you can do is set your language, set what theme you want. There's a few default themes, like this is what it looks like as default. But personally I like this one. Well, actually I don't like this one because it makes everything really big. The one I like is this one. Ranchy. Wow, however you say it. So, but your choice. Make sure you check automatically check for updates on startup. Oh, and that's optional. You can have it open the stats on startup if you want, but you don't really need to. You can leave all this unchecked, and you don't have to worry about anything else here unless you want to change something about studio mode or whether the icon for the system tray is shown. The next thing you want to click is not stream. You want to click on output. Now by default yours is going to look like this. What I'd like you to do is click here and click advanced, okay, and then go over to recording, and then leave it at standard, choose your recording path, and mine is just on the C drive here, and click select folder. You can click that if you want, and maybe I should, but choose your recording format. I'd recommend MP4, but I don't think anyone else really needs to have a different recording format. But if you really want to, or you need to, you can, but for most users MP4 is fine. Then select your audio track. You can leave that at default. Your encoder, if you have an AMD or an NVIDIA GPU, I would highly advise switching to NVINC for NVIDIA and whatever it is for AMD, or you can encode through your CPU, but you might not want to because that can use a lot of CPU in time. You don't need to rescale your output here, but if you want to, you can rescale it to less. You can always downscale, but you never want to upscale. I've not said anything here because I don't know what that is. Your rate control, put it to CBR. You can put it to lossless if you really want, or CQP or VBR, variable bitrate. This stands for constant bitrate, but for now leave it at constant bitrate. Now your bitrate itself for recording, and this I should absolutely stress here, this is for recording. This is not for streaming. If you are recording at 1080p, set your bitrate somewhere between 20 and 40,000. Personally, I would go the maximum because when you can scale it down when rendering, you know, but scaling down from a high bitrate will look better than if you're upscaling, you know. Keep frame interval, that's how long it takes to reconnect if it somehow disconnects, which shouldn't happen if you're recording, but if it does, you can put a delay here if you really want. You leave your present at default, profile at main, level at auto. GPU, if you have more than one GPU, you can set which GPU you want it to encode to, but for most people they only have one. Leave it at 0, and B frames, leave it at 2. That's fine. Now your audio, leave all this at default unless you really want to change it to mono recording. Leave it at stereo. And just make sure you've got the proper mic selected here. And then for 1080, as I say, you want to set this to that, and leave it at default. And your FPS, you can record at 30, but if you want super smooth, say record at 60 or 59.94 if you're somehow you just can't handle that FPS. And I should say, going back to output as well, if you're recording in 720, I would advise no more than a bitrate of 10,000. If you were recording at 1440p or 4K, which we're not, but if you were, you would perhaps want to set your bitrate much higher to 50 megs plus for 1440p, and for 4K probably 100 megs plus. And by that point, you definitely should be using your GPU to encode, because otherwise your CPU is going to get way overused. Hotkeys, this is all personal preference. You can just set what you want here. And the advanced, if you feel that you're having issues, you can set this to above normal or high or lower. Leave the render at default. You can leave all this at default. Leave that at default, and don't have to worry about stream delay. I mean, this is automatic reconnect here, so shows I don't know what I was talking about with that other thing, but this is really for streaming. And leave bind to IP at default, and click OK. And let me just change my theme back. Remember how we did that? We went in here and clicked Renji. Okay. Now, once you've got your scene over here labeled, what you want to do is you want to add game capture and display capture if you want to capture a game and your monitor. And how you do that, you click add, or you right click, you click add, go scroll down to display game capture, and just click OK, and click OK, and just leave it at that. That'll be fine. If you don't want to capture the cursor, just untick that, and if you want to allow transparency, limit capture frame rate, just click that. If you don't, just leave it default. Let me delete that. And display capture, the same thing. Just click add and click display capture, and just go through what it asks. You can also change the size of, well, selected capture, so I can change the size of this if I want, so it's only yay big, or you can just leave it at default. And also, if you mess up, you can also click on transform, or you can click edit transform, or you can just hit fit to screen. I believe there was a reset one as well, but not sure actually. But yeah, and I should show you properties. Capturing display 1, if it's capturing display 2, it'd be capturing the second monitor, and you can see the recording software there, which is not particularly good, but I'm only using this to show you how to record this so I can adjust the settings. Now, you can, if you want scene transitions, you can have it to fade or cut, the duration. If you want as well, you can adjust the audio here. Preferably, when you want your audio to remain the green, you don't want it to go into the yellow, especially not the red. You can also click here, you go to properties, and you can adjust stuff there. And also you can go to filters if you want. You can add a noise gate, you can also add a compressor, gain, noise suppression, and VS2X plugin, which I don't know what that is, but the rest of them, you know, noise gate essentially means the microphone won't activate unless there's a certain amount of noise, so useful if you have background noise like me. And same with noise suppression. Compressor is the idea that you could talk at the same volume further away from your mic or close to it, but doesn't work as well yet unless you have an actual physical compressor in your mic, which does not come with lower end mics. And the gain, it's just a volume, I think. And that's about it. I mean, the only other thing I should say is if you're doing this to record with a capture device, you would click on, I think you would click on something like video capture device, and you would select your device here, and you would, to adjust the rest, you would put your FPS here, the video format, and adjust all the rest of the settings down here. And when it's activated, it will give you an option for the audio controls as well. But that's, as I say, if you're recording from the Xbox or a separate PC, like if you're recording with one PC and gaming with another. But that is about it for this tutorial, I think. I think I pretty much covered everything you need to know. If you have any further questions, leave them in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them, or if need me, make a follow-up video. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, until next time, bye for now.